Hi, welcome to the North Davis Elementary Library. The purpose of this presentation is to give a quick overview of our library, help people find where things are, and a quick tutorial on how to use the OPAC system. OPAC, it stands for the Online Public Access Catalog. This is your way to be able to search for what we have in our library. So to start off, I'll go over this quick map with you. This is a map of our library. We've got two entrances, one here and one here. I've broken down this map into the different sections that we have. We have the Everybody Room, which is basically your picture books, but they are for all levels, K through probably 8th grade and more levels. We have a small section of Black Dot books. Those are for kids who want to borrow a book, but they are not officially cataloged. They are just kind of an on your honor system. We have a section that's new this year that we're calling Everybody Readers. These are low-level chapter books that we figure most first, second graders would be able to read. This helps separate them out because this is where the majority of those grade levels in kindergarten may hang out. We've got videos that are for the teachers to check out and use along here on this side. We've got 5 different magazines. So the magazines are along this wall over here. We've got our Dewey section, or some people will call nonfiction section. Dewey is our section that you're going to get most of your information for projects, assignments that teachers need you to turn in. Dewey is arranged by numbers, starting in the 100s, going through here through the 700s, 100 through 700s here, and then the 800s through 900s start on this back wall. Dewey is arranged by different subjects, and you can get their numbers by searching our OPAC system. We have along this back wall as well, our biographies are separated out. Biographies are cataloged as 92, and then by the subject of the book. And we also have 920s. 920s are just biography books that actually cover more than one person. We have resources of dictionaries, thesauruses, and atlases along right here for students to use in the library. And we also have a little section here of games, activities. There's drawing. I added some pop-up books, books that are library use only, but are interesting that students can come in and use during their recess time when they want to. And then the section we have for fiction runs along this wall, A's over here, and weaves its way around all the way, and then actually has to curve up over here. These are our fiction books, or what a lot of students call the chapter books. And then finally we have this section over here along this wall of computers. And computers are where we have our searchable OPAC stations and internet stuff for students to use as a resource. Okay, so this is the page that students actually see on those computer stations. This is our library page for North Davis Elementary. I've recently updated it with quite a bit of information. It talks about our mission statement. Here's how they get to the OPAC for our school site. But there's also things for parents over here with standards, links. A lot of the students now, we have the Chromebooks, are getting Google Drive accounts. So this is a quick link for them. And then another fabulous resource that we have is the California Resource Portal, which is a huge boon for our school to be able to have, that gives us online access to articles, encyclopedias for the students to be able to search for things to find, and all kinds of other pages with things to look at. But our focus now, we're going to move on to a quick tutorial about our OPAC system. So the students would click here, and it pulls up this page. This is actually a new format. It'll actually be new to the students next year too. I'll have to do a little reteaching of how to use this resource. But it's how we look for things in our library. There's all kinds of searches that you can do, and we do need to make sure that we're searching for North Davis. You can actually search through all the other different schools in our district, and you can see if they have things at other sites. If we, for some reason, don't have it, we can actually borrow it from that school site. But some quick tutorial searches. One of the main searches that you guys would probably do would be an author search. Maybe you talk to a friend and their favorite author is Rick Riordan. So you would change this to an author, and you know, Maybe you don't know how to spell very well, but one of the nice things about this new system is you can start typing, and as you can see, ideas start to pop up. Oh, there's Rick Riordan. We just click on that, and it will list all the books that we have in our library by Rick Riordan. As you can see, we have 23 books from Rick Riordan. Most of them are graphic novels of his regular fiction chapter book versions. These are very popular at our site right now. He is a very popular author. You can also do a title search. Maybe over the weekend you saw a movie called Because of Winn-Dixie, and you realized that it's a book and you want to read the book now. So you can just change that to title, and you can again start typing because, oh, look, it's starting to pop up there. You can click on it. And look, we do have copies of that book, and we actually do have the video as well. So that's just a quick title search. Another search that is actually probably most often used is keyword search. That's I'm doing a report and my teacher wants me to find information. So let's do something like penguins. Penguins. I'm not sure how to spell it. Oh, good, there it is. Penguin. I'm going to click on that. And it's going to pull up anything and everything. Here's the tricky part about keyword searches. It is searching the actual whole record for the word penguins. So it could be in the title, it could actually be the author's last name, it could be somewhere in the summary. So sometimes a keyword search can be a little tricky because, you know, okay, here's some stuff on penguins, and this one is an everybody book. That's what the E stands for, everybody. That's going to be in the everybody room. That's really not going to help me on a report about penguin information. So here we are in some Dewey. That's an animal encyclopedia, so that's probably a good choice. So we've got a few Deweys, but here's the problem that you run into keywords. We've got this Cam Jansen and the mystery of the stolen corn popper. What does that have to do with penguins? So let's go ahead and click on it. It's still looking like, you know, what is this about penguins going to teach me about penguins? Probably not. I can also see that it's ER, so it's in the everybody readers, which means it's a low-level chapter book. Probably not going to help me very much for my report on penguins. But what you can find out, the MARC record is actually our official fancy library talk for how we enter these things. And here is why, right here, why Penguin, this book popped up. It's published by a company called Viking Penguins. It's not going to help me very much. So if we go back to our keyword search, so keyword search is gonna throw in some funky things like that every once in a while. You know, again, this is another Dogs in the Dead of Night. It's not going to be very helpful for me, so I'm probably going to want to switch some of these out a little bit. So another way you can search is actually by subject. So I'm going to actually show you how it changes a little bit. I'm going to search by the subject penguins. That means we officially in our records typed in that this is about penguins, or that penguins is in there. So I'm going to research penguins again, but this time I'm going to do it by subject. So we have, okay, these are more Dewey books. So Dewey books are your nonfiction, probably going to be some factual information about penguins. So these are things that are going to be useful to us. But we are still going to end up with a few things like Tacky Goes Camping, Key Lardo. You know, these are little, why do we have these ones? Well, what you can do and what you find out is as you look at some of these, even like here, Splat the Cat, it's still going to search the summary. In the summary, the Splat and the Cool School Trip, if you look at the summary, it is about, there we go. It is about Splat the Cat is going to the zoo, and all he really wants to see are the penguins. So that is why this one shows up. So that's something that so doing a subject search can narrow down that list a little bit more and make it a little more reasonable about these are the books. So we went from 37, we had 37 books in a subject search, but in a keyword search, we ended up with 50. So it eliminated quite a few by doing a subject search. So this is our quick tutorial, and I hope you have a good feel of what's at our library. Come in and visit us and explore. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. Thanks.